The following episode is recorded by an adult using adult language. If you don't like explicatives and invectives, you might want to pass on this episode. Thank you in advance. The following episode, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, cybernetic beings sent back from the future to save and or kill Sarah and or John Connor, or Danny Ramos. Those that don't tick any of the boxes above. Welcome to Life Lessons with Crazy Uncle Dick.
I want to be asleep right now. I heard I'm not feeling well. The only way to fix this issue is to sleep and let my body heal. Yet my mind is racing and is not letting me. So, been thinking a lot past couple days about a line in a trailer from a movie or TV show that I saw advertised while watching Night Court on Freevee. I believe the show or movie is called The Land. This woman looks at this gentleman and asks why he's helping her. And his response was, because you were in my path. Looking at that, I thought that is one of the most Christian and Christ-like things one could do. Now, that being said, it's also just a good thing to do in general. Now, a lot of this is going to be looked at through the lens of a Christian because I am one. That is not saying that folks of any other faith cannot have these views. But it is what we are called to do for those who follow Christ and want to truly follow Christ and be Christ-like. And that is to help those who are in our path. You'll hear me spout and clamber on a lot about that. And basically, for those of us who do follow Christ, we are told to love his Father above all others and to love one another as he loves us. And we are called to help our neighbors. And in that sense, a neighbor is anyone we come in contact with. It's not just the folks that live in the apartment next to me or across the way, the apartment below me. If I was living on a street, it wouldn't just be the people on either side and a few houses in the surrounding area. You know, it's anyone who crosses my path. And if you do not know what the Rising Tide Network is, it is a group of individuals that I have fell in with that we believe a rising tide lifts all ships. I don't know who the original speaker of that phrase was, but it follows very closely in line with my ideals of we need to build one another up, not tear one another down. Not let me build something for you. Let me give you the knowledge you need to build, to go ahead and give a hand and help others in their struggles attain something. It's something I believe very wholeheartedly. We need to lift one another up. We need to be good to one another. You'll also hear me espouse very often that love breeds love and hate breeds hate. All falls in the same line. We have to be good to one another. Okay, we don't have to be good to. I will learn how to speak here eventually. It's not like I do it for a living. Spoiler alert: it's what I do for a living. I'm not a professional YouTuber or anything like that. I am an adult educator within a corporation. So it is my job to speak to people on a daily basis. But anyways, back to what I was saying is, we need to help one another, and anyone that crosses our path, we need to do what we can to help them along their way within reason. Again, you can't expect me to build your house for you. You can expect me to go, hey, you want to be careful. That's a load bearing wall. And be mindful of that. So, but that I have to laugh at how much in my life revolves around that one piece there of you know helping people because they're in my path. Is something I feel I'm called to do, and I try to do it when I can and where I can. I can't do it very often, um, especially right now, going through some stuff. But hey, I do what I can when I can, where I can, how I can. It's all we can expect. It's all we can. All we can really be called to do is to help where we can. Um, I am very blessed to have friends that feel the same way. Um, Again, as a Christian, I thank God for the people in my life that help me see things from different angles and help me move on past my own barriers to be a better person so I can help people more. I am thankful for my wife, Misty. I'm thankful for my kids. Um, all three of my kids. Um, they they make me want to be a better person. They help me look inside and see the pieces of the man I am and make me want to reforge the pieces that aren't worthy of them and try to be something better. Sometimes I don't succeed, sometimes I do. I don't consider it a failure because I haven't stopped trying. Um, so here's my views on failure. Lack of success is not failure. Lack of success is merely lack of success. Failure is when you finally stop. If you stop trying and you haven't succeeded, then yeah, that's failure. You gave up. As long as you are doing your damnedest, you're doing your best, you're trying, then it's not failure. It's just a lack of success. Now, the only thing that I really like about Edison is this quote, and I'm going to misquote him. I'm going to quote it as close as I possibly can. I'm going to paraphrase it. Um, it might not actually even really be his technically, but it is attributed to him, so I am going to give him the credit for it. When he was asked about um, the number of failures he had when creating the incandescent light bulb, he allegedly looked at the person and replied that he didn't fail that many times. He found that many ways that it didn't work. And that is how I view a lot of things in life. I don't view me screwing something up as a failure. I view it as me seeing a way that it doesn't work. Now, again, that might just be because I'm a writer, I'm a half-ass artist, um, and that's how we learn in sketching. Is no, that nose doesn't look quite right. Let's try this. So you're not failing at making the nose; you're just finding ways that that nose doesn't work. Um, so it's I've fallen into the perfect storm of weird things in my life to help me trudge on. Um, but once again, I started roaming far afield of what I was originally trying to talk about. And that is to be better people, we need to be better people. We can't just sit idly by. We have to be active in our life and the lives of others. And we have to do what we can to help. Um, that being said, um, sorry, I had an introspective moment there for a moment. And I used the word moment way too many times there. But anyways, um, so we need to be better. So I need to be better. I need to see the people in my path, and instead of sidestepping around them, try to see who I can help and where I can help. Now, there's going to be times that it's going to be pretty obvious I can't help there. Um, being my height and my width, and having resting thug face, a lot of people try to avoid me. Looking at me at first blush, I can look rather thuggish sometimes, even when I'm dressed up in business professional and business casual. Um, but in that case, those people were not put in my way for me to be able to help. If they do not want to share their load, their burden, I'm not going to force them. Um, Let me help you. No, it doesn't work that way. But I need to help more. And I hope you can help as many people as you can. And helping people does not necessarily, again, mean doing stuff for them. It doesn't mean handing them wads of cash. It doesn't mean taking their agency away from them. Helping them could be sitting there over a cup of coffee or tea or whatever beverage. Um, doesn't have to be non-alcoholic and doesn't have to be alcoholic either. It can just be a beverage. But sitting over a beverage and talking and letting them unload and unburden their soul. That's one of the reasons that I do these late night ruminations is to try to unpack some of the weird stuff going on in my head and unladen my soul. Because sometimes we can't carry that rock alone. Sometimes we need assistance. Sometimes we just need someone to sit down and go, I understand. I might not be exactly where you're at. I might not have ever been exactly where you're at. I might have been in the neighborhood though. I might have been 2 blocks away and can understand. I don't know where my father got the phrase, but with it until I find where he got it from and maybe even, maybe who the actual originator is. And again, that's love breeds love and hate breeds hate. Thank you for listening. Apparently, stuff is going on with one of the computers in the room here. Uh, actually sounds like emails coming into my work laptop. Anyways, love breeds love, hate breeds hate. Um, go out and be the change you want in the world. We can't just keep sitting back and going, oh, someone better than I will come along and take care of all this person's issues. Well, sometimes that doesn't happen. Um, been watching My Hero Academia with the youngest and my wife, and there's a lot of really good points made in that cartoon. Um, and one of them often is this, you know, there are many of the villains are villains because no one was there to save them. No one was there to help them. In their lowest moments, in their darkest moments, in their scariest moments, no one stepped up. And we should. I should. You should if you can. And again, it doesn't have to be doing something for someone. It can be helping someone with their burdens, with their anger, with their sorrows, sitting and listening, being a sounding board, throwing out a couple of ideas. Oh, hey, did you try this? Oh, hey, my cousin did this. Try this. Sometimes, even if it's a medical thing, it can be like, hey, it sounds like this that happened to my cousin. You might want to talk to your doctor about blah, blah, blah. Um, and honestly, if it is a medical issue, seek medical attention. Talk to a doctor, talk to a nurse practitioner, talk to someone in the medical field. WebMD is a nice resource. Google is a nice resource for you to go, hey, I had these symptoms. These are some of the things that came up, doc. Are we looking at stuff like this? Or is Google steering me in the wrong direction? Um, My Google Fu, I have about a 75% success rate as far as medical stuff goes with my doctor. I'll look stuff up and I'll look at several pages and look at things and be like, yeah, okay, maybe. And then I will talk to my doctor about it. My doctor will be like, you know what? We'll order the tests. We'll take a look at it. And sometimes the doc's like, yeah, looks like we're in the right direction. Um, so talk to professionals when you can, if you can, how you can. If it's a mental health issue, there's always 988, which is the national suicide and um, mental health crisis line for you to be able to talk to a professional. Um, uh, if you are working in the corporate world, many companies have a employee assistance program, which includes free counseling sessions in many corporations and many companies. Um, Utilize your health insurance. You're spending money into it. You might as well reap the benefits of it. Um, don't hold out and wait too long for things because you can end up with nerve damage in your legs that make it difficult for you to walk. Um, that one I know by experience. I let my diabetes go untreated for too long, and um, it bit me. Because of that, I have peripheral neuropathy in both legs. Um, we've got it kind of stalled at the moment, and I will probably be on various pain medications for the rest of my life to deal with that pain, as well as pain from being an idiot when I was younger and messing up my spine. So, um, take care of yourself. Talk to medical professionals, be it physical health, mental health, whatever. You know, um, if you are part of a congregation of any flavor, be it Christian, pagan, Jewish, Jewish, Muslim, whatever. Just talk to your religious leaders if you're having issues. Talk to other members of your congregation, or coven, or circle, or group, or whatever. You know, um, because sometimes we have crises of faith, and when we have crises of faith, we need to talk to others of a like mind to help us make sure we're on the right path. I'll gladly talk to you no matter where your faith goes if we're having faith issues and stuff like that. And it's again, faith is faith. Um, Faith issues I have as a Christian can echo across people who worship in the Norse pantheon, people who worship in the Egyptian pantheon, whatever. It's we all have our stumbling blocks. Doesn't matter who the CEO of the corporation is, you know, but we're all having issues. We can all have issues, and we can all learn from one another. I have taken the greatest leaps and bounds in my faith after conversations with someone of a pagan religion. I found my way back to Christianity because of a conversation with a pagan. And it made me realize where everything aligned for me all along. I've been rambling for a little bit now, almost half an hour. Um, so I'll go ahead and I will sign off. And once again, love breeds love, hate breeds hate. I hope you have nothing but light, laughter, hope, and happiness in your life. I wish you the greatest light, love, laughter, hope, and happiness that you can possibly have. But if you are in a dark streak, if you are in a downturn, we can't have good days without bad days. Otherwise, it would just be days. And the darker those bad days, the brighter the good days are in remembrance and when they return once again. They're so much sweeter when they come back. And with that, it's time for much of ass to go to bed. Good night, folks. Love you all. Be safe.